This is Agenda TV, sauti ya mwananchi.
In recent weeks, there has been a lot of political noise. The political noise has been coming out of the Deputy President William Ruto's side. And this noise has engulfed the entire nation because people are worried. Are we going back to the dark days? And the dark days here, I mean, people remember what happened 2007. If you look at the social media, look at all ways people express themselves, people started worrying. What is happening with this war-like talk? It all started with interviews on radio, on TV in recent months. The likes of Kipchumba Murkomen have been on studio, Citizen TV and other stations talking about the deputy president and how he has been frustrated by what they have called the deep system, the deep state, and the system. And now it has culminated in what we have now. Last week, the deputy president was in Athi River after attending a church service. He came out and he addressed wananchi who are there waiting to hear his word. And in clear terms, he said that he asked a question: do you want an ordinary Kenyan to run this country? They want to block the son of a hustler from taking the reins of power, in which of course the people said no, they want fairness. After which, we now saw what happened after that. Now the likes of Oscar Sudi came in with statements, very serious statements, which have bordered on hate speech. In fact, his colleague, Johanna Ngeno, the MP for Emurua Dikir, has already been arrested and charged in court for hate speech and incitement.
Nataka nikuambie rais, deputy president hawezi toka kwa hii serikali. Siku ile deputy president atatoka kwa hii serikali, siku hiyo serikali itakuwa imekwisha. Na tutakanyaga hii serikali turarue mpaka chini. Tutaenda election ukicheza na serikali yetu.
And we know what you are trying to target. Mnajaribu kwamba naibu wa rais atakasirika ili aende head on na his excellency the president. Sisi ndio tulipigia mheshimiwa Uhuru kura. Tutamheshimu mpaka amalize hatamu wake. Hata ingawa tunapitia machungu tutamheshimu kwa sababu sisi tulipigia kura.
And the problem we have in the country now is that the deputy president and the people around the deputy president and anybody associated with the deputy president, people are being removed from office.
Na niliuliza mara ya kwanza, tulikukosea nini sisi wenye tulikupigia kura? Hata kama ulikuwa unataka kuleta Raila Odinga. Wewe wachana na William Ruto. Wachana na William Ruto, wachana na Ngeno, wachana na watu wa William Ruto. Wewe funga firago yako enda nyumbani, na tulikufanyia campaign, tulikupigia kura. Sijui ni deni gani nyingine unataka nani.
But above all these things which have been happening, it is very, very clear that there is a strategy. The deputy president has been having a strategy to ensure that finally he is ahead of the rest if they come. Because for now, in the political circles, he's the one basically who is ahead. If polls were to be held today or even last year, he will definitely be ahead of the pack. But all these political noises, all these abuses, all this grandstanding has been because of several reasons. And I think they are geared towards achieving certain political objectives. Remembering that 2022 is just around the corner, or is just below 2 years. One of the reasons and the objectives which these noises from the deputy president's side was meant to achieve is to gauge the reaction of Mount Kenya in relation to the barbs they have been throwing. Because Mount Kenya and the Rift are two vote-rich basket areas. In fact, the deputy president comes from Rift Valley. The president comes from Mount Kenya. And so the two vote-rich areas combined to give the president and the deputy president a head start in 2013 and in 2018. And so because it seems the president and the deputy president seem to have parted ways in a very technical sense. So the deputy president side wanted to test whether Mount Kenya, which is a vote-rich area, is with them. What is the feeling of Mount Kenya about the deputy president? Because many things have been said, but what is the real feeling of Mount Kenya? With these babs, the reaction is already home. They can see what has happened, and now they have taken notes and know how to proceed with that. That is the first. Secondly, it actually amounts also to blackmail. In Kenya, blackmail works. Remember 2002, 2007, and even partly 2013, this worked. And that is why in political circles now, it seems to be a strategy to ensure that Mount Kenya, and by extension, Mount Kenya diaspora, is blackmailed into taking a certain political stand. Certain areas where Mount Kenya extends include Laikipia, include Nakuru, and the surrounding counties. So this was one way of blackmailing Mount Kenya voters and the population at large to ensure that they follow a certain political path. Whether that works or doesn't work is yet to be ascertained. But that is why we've been having a clarion call by certain politicians saying that we, people of Mount Kenya, will not be sold fear. In Kikuyu, they've been saying that they will not be sold fear because of the fact that a lot of Mount Kenya people stay out of central Kenya. That is the second. The third thing is to show clearly to all people of Kenya that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is one untrustworthy politician. Why? Because in 2013 and even in 2017, while on campaign trail, there was the issue of William Ruto taking 10 years after Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So, because the allegations that the president may have changed his mind, so it was publicly to come out and show Kenyans that although he himself decided that he will give support to his friend William Samoei Ruto, the deputy president, after he leaves office, he seems to have changed. So publicly to announce that here is someone who saw or who said in public that they will support their friend, the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto, but now they seem to be quiet. They have changed. This is one untrusted person, and his people are also the same. So there are people who you cannot trust. So that was the second. The third thing is about the implosion in Jubilee Party itself. As we have seen, there have been skirmishes, political skirmishes, so to speak, in Jubilee. Not singing in one song. The president is on his side, and seemingly the deputy president is singing a different song. In fact, in recent months, they have not been working in tandem. And there are allegations also that the deputy president has been meeting his side or that party, his side of the support elsewhere. In fact, there were allegations that there was, something called Fola Sili, and there was Jubilee Asili, rather, and Jubilee Asili headquarters, where the friends, political friends of William Samoei Ruto were meeting and strategizing on the way forward. And so because of the confusion in the party of who controls the party, and the fact that there were allegations also that the other party officials were thrown out, could not access the party, and were not making any headway in the party. This was an implosion in the party. In fact, it is one way of showing that they are no longer together. It is no longer at ease at Jubilee headquarters. Remembering also that this party was cobbled by thinking of one William Samoei Ruto. He's the one who pushed that since Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta will be living in 5 years, that is in 2017, after that, then he was now ready to take over. He was planning to take over not only the other parties, but the party TNA, which was also originally Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's party, and URP, together with other parties. So, in fact, technically, Deputy President wanted to take over the entire party and use it as a machinery for 2022 elections. But I think in the thinking of the supporters and the strategists of the president, they saw that, and that is why in the way the party was done and organized, there were no elected officials and he remained the supreme leader, so to speak. And that is why you've been hearing the supporters of the president saying his word is law in Jubilee. And in the manner in which it was organized, his allies were the ones who were calling the shots. Raphael Tuju, the Secretary General, the chairman, supports him. He is the party leader, and most of those officials allied to the deputy president were given or took those slots which were not very, very instrumental. The last reason was actually scare tactics. These have been scare tactics to scare or to ensure that the president or Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta submits to the demands of the other party. Remember, the president has not even spoken so much about it since all these political noises came up and has been quiet. Only his friends, political friends and cronies answering here and there. And so, since the president has said that he wants to achieve a legacy and he has his 5-point agenda, it was a way of scaring him so that he can actually come to the table and negotiate about Jubilee Party, negotiate about the demands of the deputy president and his men. Unfortunately, that seems not to be working, that seems not to be in the head of the president, and it may not come anytime soon. And what will happen after that, we don't know. Finally, all these noises have also served or were supposed to serve to achieve an objective of showing the president's men and Mount Kenya people as untrustworthy in their politics. There has been a lot of talk about how Mount Kenya will never support any other unless they have an interest. However, I opine here that looks like in this time round, because of what has happened and the political developments since 2013, 2017, and now, it looks like this is the first time that someone from Mount Kenya may not lead the country. And so that may not work, although they may be painted as such, but they may end up voting as a bloc, the way I see, for someone who they think will take care of their interests economically, politically, and otherwise. So these noises will continue, and we'll continue analyzing what is happening to analyze and explain to you the implications of the same. But for today, we were just looking at what these political noises by cronies of the deputy president and the deputy president himself mean for Kenya and for you and politics of 2022. Otherwise, it is bye for now.